Hi, this is the Andrew Buckle review of a catalogue. A couple of catalogues actually, and not just one catalogue. I'm just going to go through this. Now, I'm not particularly a coin collector. I'm not a coin collector at all. I've got one coin of a Roman coin. That's it. That's my entire... However, these books are absolutely fascinating books, and I really think if you can find a copy of these things, really worth checking out. Of course, go to the actual auctions themselves once they're actually back on again, of course. I'm certain they're probably online at this very moment as well. However, the catalogues. I love these books because you've got just so many beautiful pictures of beautiful coins. Obviously, some in a various state of disrepair, but you've got a whole lovely selection of coins there. And the thing about the coins is you can just look at the wonderful development, some really elaborate coins. Obviously, they're in slightly battered case, and they've got nice descriptions. And obviously, the prices are pretty insane, £2,000 or £3,000. But if that's what people are willing to pay, why not? But you've got loads of beautiful imagery, obviously, of the kings. And I always quite like the way that when you look at some of the kings, and they look very similar. You've got some of the early ones, especially, they don't seem to change that much. One king looks exactly the same. Obviously, there was a certain image. This is what a king looks like. So it must have been very hard for anyone looking around, for obviously anyone thinking, oh, is that the king? I expect they knew that was the king. But however, you did it on the basis of the coins, you would never know, I would have thought. However, of course, maybe we've just got a different view of them because they've been flattened and sort of mangled a bit. Maybe they spread the image. However, I love these ones. Edward VI, this one. Got some just glorious coins there. And you've got, obviously, the back, the front, and all that sort of thing. Actually, weirdly, they don't put the side view. I would have thought the side view would be of more interest as well. Maybe just, obviously, it would be very... But that would have been a much more interesting thing. But they never seem to put the side views. You see how warped or damaged it is at the side. However, you've got all the various... It's got all the information of where the provenance, obviously, and those sort of things, the price, and also lots of other things I have no idea about. But it's just absolutely fascinating to see Henry VIII, just to see how he sort of obviously changed, and sort of obviously you've got Queen Elizabeth I, and those, and also things like Anne, and just absolutely fascinating. I just love these ones. This one is, and they break it down. Obviously, there's also other countries as well, but you make predominantly these ones are English ones, or I should say British. Obviously, later on you've got George, United Kingdom. And I just think they're just glorious. And you just look and spend hours looking at these books. Just absolutely stunning. Actually going to an auction for them, I don't think I'll probably be sitting there thinking, way beyond what I'm willing to pay. 2 seconds in. This one's quite nice because it's got lots of Roman ones as well. As well as a bit of earlier. Oh, Mercian King Ludicath, whoever he was. So you've got some absolutely brilliant. So it's a great historical document, this as well. Now, this one, oh, coins and historical medals as well. Just this absolutely stunning book. All the way, oh, I knew there was Roman one somewhere. Just glorious. My Roman coin, the one Roman coin I've got is really in a battered, poor state. You really can't make much out. Obviously, these ones, slightly more, I think I only paid £5 or £6 or something for it. I expect you. However, I mean, look at that, it's just glorious. So you can got all, obviously the emperors do change. That's one thing that you do notice. The emperors really changed quite a bit. You can see, but then you look at the kings of England. I say medieval ones didn't really seem to vary a lot. Some really the half crowns. You've got groats. One thing that's also another thing that would be really nice crowns would be a nice little bracket. How much that would be worth now? You know, not obviously the price that's people willing to pay, but what it translates to. Was it, I mean, a groat? I have no idea. Did that buy a couple of pieces of bread or something? I have absolutely no idea at all. So it would have been fascinating to put a sort of, obviously they're not going to spend the whole catalogue for people like me who don't know these things, but it's just, oh, I love this one. You've got Philip and Mary as well. Just glorious. And of course you see Philip and Mary, and then there's some going suddenly where it's suddenly Mary's on her own. That's it. Philip's off. Now, I'm not certain if it was just because the lower denomination ones, they just couldn't fit poor old Philip on. But obviously, or maybe he just wasn't so, I don't know. That period of history It's quite amazing, all the various things that happen. Edward, Philip and Mary. You got obviously Henry, all the Tudors. Weirdly, they never seem to do many programmes about Mary Tudor and that sort of period. Sort of like forgotten about. Do Elizabeth, they do Henry, but that middle bit, which was quite dramatic, lots of different things happened. They seem to just sort of totally ignored on TV programmes. However, this is just a brilliant book. I love these books, and I would love to go to some of these auctions, I must admit. I think that they sound absolutely superb. This is in Mayfair in London. And there's the website, DNW. Definitely, obviously, worth checking out. And didn't even look at the back. £25. Ooh, £25 as well for that one. Even the thin one's £25. That's very odd. However, these are really great little catalogues. And if you can find a copy of this, it's just really, if you're into coins especially, or just imagery, I think some of the imagery is superb. Just looking at the designs, I just love them. Just absolutely. And I love the Roman ones as well, because you can see all the different designs that obviously meant something back then. To all the various references on there, all the things. Obviously, without going through and looking at all, trying to understand all those sort of things, it's just meaningless, particularly to me anyway. So, but I just think it's just great. Oh, it's a lovely one there. Obviously, Queen Elizabeth there. Trouble is, you just can't make out quite a bit of it. I love the way she's holding her orb there. As well as obviously all the ruffles and all that sort of stuff. All that sort of great. Anyway, absolutely love those books and definitely worth checking out. Totally recommended.